Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today from ICA Bibles we are featuring the full review on the NLT Select Rebind with sully goat skin and kid skin on the liner. So first let's just take a quick look at what he's done here. Okay, first we have 3 Beresford ribbons. Very nice. I like that he left them long. I prefer my ribbons longer because then you can take them and kind of pull the page open like that. So now let's talk about the cover. Sully goat skin, black. Accent gold perimeter stitching all the way around. It is a full yap. We'll get into that in a minute. But the one thing I really want to point out is this double tool work right here. Okay, he did a tool perimeter right at the edge of the text block, and then just inside the text block he did another tooled kind of a perimeter, and then he did tool work along the spine on both sides. And of course the tool work is, this is all hand done. This is 100%, there is no machinery involved in this. This is hand sewn. Even the spine is hand set. Every letter is hand set. He does not use any machinery in this. So that's important to point out. So anyhow, you have this full yap. It doesn't quite reach on the ends, but it does reach in the front. And I'm going to tell you why. I generally don't like full yap Bibles, but I'm going to show you why I like this one. So let's open it up and take a look at the kid skin liner. So you got double tool work here. You got tool work on the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raised hubs, gold stamp, hand done. That means that every letter is not going to be perfectly spaced. It may be going one direction or another. That's because this is completely done by hand, which really makes this a one of a kind. You're not going to get another one like this. And the tool work, look, even a little extra tool work on each spine hub and the tool work across the spine here. The reason there's only one is because he stops the inner one right here to make kind of a box. Really beautifully done. Now this is where this Bible is very different in most of the premiums, is that the liner is a kid skin liner and it's stiff. Now that is going to cause it to be difficult to lay flat early on, but I do believe that will break in. But let's talk about the way this liner looks right now. In the inner stitch work, gold, it looks beautiful. Double perimeter gold to kind of match the outside right here. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is something specific to ICA, is he does something that he calls a butt edge. And what a butt edge does is, you'll notice like in most of your premiums, this will have kind of a lip on it. But what he did is he takes it and he makes it perfectly even. So that's smooth all the way around. But yet look, he still managed to do these beautiful, stunning corners. Now the reason I like this liner stiff is because look at the way it holds this yap in place. There is no movement on that yap. It is completely trained. There is no untraining this yap. There is no it going back to its original shape. This is going to be what it's going to be, and I love it. It's just like a little clamshell, just, and it just holds in place perfectly. It does tend to raise up a little bit, but actually I've watched it and it does settle. So this isn't going to be like one of your cheap covers that when it raises up like that, it's not going to eventually close. This will eventually reform its shape. So anyhow, let's get into the text block real quick. Number one, the edge lining on this is great. The paper end sheets. He did not do art gilding on this one because it has the indexes, and it's just not a preferable thing to do with indexes because sometimes it can spill over into your index. But this text block is the NLT Select. It is the same text block as the Caxton from Skylar. But if you just kind of pull that camera up and get a full view all the way around how that wraps around and hugs this Bible, it's just simply beautiful. And look how this yap just stays in place. So this is a 7.5, I think it's a 7.85 font. It's almost an 8. Single column, outer references, and I love the indexes on this because it only does a maximum of 3. I don't like it when a Bible puts 4 and 5 indexes because it makes it very difficult to use. So ICA Rebinding, or ICA Bibles, has only been doing this about 6 months, and as you can see, he is already on par with some of the greatest rebinders out there. I would put this guy on par, stack him up against any of the veterans. I love PTL. I love Cherry Hill. I love Hill Binding. But I'm telling you, his work at 6 months, I believe, rivals some of the best rebinders out there on the market. I can't wait to see where he is in a year. I want to show you one more feature, something that I've never seen in a Bible before, and that is the head and tail bands. Number one, look at that beautiful ribbon work. But the head and tail bands are made of goat skin. So he custom made these head and tail bands. Check that out. That is just next level. This guy did an amazing job. I am so happy to finally have a premium NLT because you can't get them anymore. And the goatskin NLT Selects are out of print. But I've got one because of ICA binding. There you have it. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.